Hello students, Nazia Begum here, welcoming you all in today's lecture. In previous lecture we have studied about Ohm's law and we have derived one term R, which is called resistance. R equals to V upon I and unit is ohm. So today we are going to discuss about resistance in detail. As you all can see in this formula that resistance and current, they both are inversely proportional. That means if the value of resistance will increase, the value of current will decrease. It means resistance is something which decrease the value of current. Okay. Now let's see the definition of resistance. It is the property of a material to oppose or resist the current or the flow of charged particles. That means resistance is that property of a conductor due to which the conductor opposes the flow of electrons. And if there will be opposition in the flow of electron, that means there is opposition in current. Okay. Now how this resistance appears, why all the conductors, all the materials are having resistance, let us discuss. So here in this diagram you can see this is one conductor. Okay. At the ends of the conductor we have applied potential difference. This is positive terminal, this is negative terminal, and that's why one potential difference is appear here. And because of that the electron will start moving from negative to positive terminal. Electrons are negatively charged particle, so by applying potential difference they will be attracted towards, electrons are negatively charged particle, so by applying potential difference they will be attracted towards positive terminal. Okay. So here you can see the direction of motion of electron in right hand direction. So the current will be in left hand direction. Okay. The direction of current is opposite to the direction of electron. Now students, by applying potential difference electron starts moving, but we all know that conductors or any material, they all are made up of small particles called atom. Okay. So in all the conductors that particles are present there. So when electron is moving in their path, they collide with the particles of the conductor. Here you can see electrons are there, they are moving in this direction, but in their path here so many particles are present. Okay. In every conductor many particles are present there. So when electron is moving from one place to another place, so in their path they collide with these particles. When electrons are moving they are having kinetic energy, but when they collide with these particles, okay, because of the collision they lose their energy, and that's why their speed decreases. Whatever speed electron is having, because of collision their energy decreases, and that's why their speed also decreases. And we all know the formula of current. It is Q upon T, that means flow of charge per unit time. And because of collision the flow of charge will decrease, and that's why the current also decrease. So is it clear students? By applying potential difference electron starts moving with some energy, but in their path they collide with the particles present in the conductor, and because of collision they lose their energy, and because of that their speed decreases. So in a particular time interval, the number of charges flowing from one terminal to another terminal, that number decreases, and that's why the amount of current also decreases. So because of this property of conductor, because of this collision and all, there is some kind of opposition in the motion of current, in the motion of electrons, and this opposition is called resistance. So here we can understand one more thing, that resistance is the inherited property of a conductor. Because all the conductors are having atom, that means all the conductors are having some resistance. So it is the inherited property of conductor. Okay. Now let's discuss some factors on which resistance of a conductor depends. So first of all, length. Resistance is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. So from this diagram you can see, if one electron has to move from this terminal to this terminal, okay, so if length is less, more charges will flow in a particular time interval, but if length is more, they have to travel a very long path. In that path they will collide with so many particles, and that's why they lose more energy, and that's why more resistance will be there. So when the length increases, the resistance also increases. Then second factor is cross-sectional area. Resistance is inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area. Why? Because if a conductor is having more cross-sectional area, if it is having more area, that means for the flow of electron more space is there, so electron will flow smoothly, that's why the resistance will decrease. Okay. Then third, nature of material, that means what kind of particles and in which manner the particles are present in conductor. Is it densely populated, or what kind of particles are placed in which manner, upon that also it depends. Then fourth is temperature. So as we increase the temperature, resistance increases. Okay. In Ohm's law also we have seen that if we want current and voltage to be linear with each other, the temperature should be constant. But if temperature vary, the resistance will also vary with that. Okay. Now see, these are equation number 1 and 2. When we combine them both, we will get this equation. When we remove this proportionality sign, we have another constant, rho. This symbol is called rho. Okay. And it is called resistivity, or this equation can be written as this, rho equals to RA upon L. So now students, we have discussed here about resistance, okay, how it appears and on what factor it depends. Now we have got one new term, resistivity. This we will discuss in our next lecture. Till then, goodbye, take care and do some productive work. Students, before signing off, pause the video and note down these questions and try to write their answers.